sank. Everybody knows the story of the unsinkable ship that struck an iceberg that caused it to sink. But that might not be true. Well, you see, the owners of the Titanic actually had two ships, the Titanic and the Olympic. The Olympic was an older ship, and it took a lot of damage on previous trips. It was said that the owners wanted to get rid of the Olympic simply because it was not profitable anymore. So, when the Titanic was about to set sail, the owners swapped it out with the Olympic and gave it a fresh coat of paint so that they could recoup some of the insurance money to cover the RMS Olympic. Furthermore, some of the most powerful people that were going to be on the Titanic, such as J.P. Morgan, backed out of the trip minutes before its departure. So, would you believe it if I told you that the Titanic never actually sank?
The dark truth about the Titanic. The Titanic never sank. The owner of the Titanic, J.P. Morgan, had two boats, one being the Titanic and one being the Olympic. The Olympic was an older boat that was pretty run down, and it had been into a few accidents. J.P. Morgan supposedly sunk the boat on purpose, as he knew he would get a bunch of money from the insurance. All he had to do was match the paint to the Titanic, swap the names, and sink the Olympic instead. This is where it gets crazy. It turns out all of JP Morgan's biggest competitors were on the boat and never made it out. JP Morgan was supposed to be on the boat, but canceled minutes prior to boarding. A man named James Fenton, who survived and had worked on the Titanic, came clean on his deathbed. His last words were that the Titanic never sank, it was the Olympic, and the only reason he never came clean earlier was because he could get into major trouble.